Hi and welcome to another auction preview for our June sale. We're going to have a look around, look at what's on offer for the 150 odd lots we've got coming up for sale on Saturday. We're going to start off with the microcars that we have.
Yeah, starting off with the Reliant Regals. There's the van. It's a Mark II, we believe the only one left. Certainly the only one registered for sure. Really interesting thing, came off one of the Scottish Islands. It was used as a puffing pullovers company. Quite a conventional thing compared to these two.
Yeah, so that one's a Mark J twin.
Yep.
And that's a Mark J single.
So a twin cylinder and single cylinder. To start them, you've got to kick start them in the engine bay. Get that open there. Kick start in there. So if you stall that at the traffic lights,
do a demonstration.
Well, I've stalled it in sheer panic. Jump out. There you go. And away you go. But again, quite a rare little thing. Both of them anyway. So that's a 250 twin cylinder, and that is a single cylinder. So one cylinder, that one. Yeah. So pretty cool little things.
Yeah, pretty interesting. You put them in reverse by flipping the wheel all the way around, don't you? Giving it a send. So if you then stall it, and you've got to get I mean, it's amazing it didn't catch on, really, isn't it? Slightly more conventional stuff, more our sort of era, really. Some interesting performance cars. Subaru P1, one of 1,000, UK only, pro drive cars. Really second only to a 22B, aren't they? And they're £250,000 quid.
Rare thing these days, so much better as a two-door, aren't they?
Yeah, I think this thing's really good value. It's a really clean one, standard, sensible miles. It's not been messed with. Mid-30s for a two-door Subaru. It's only thing I'd do is I'd put the wheels to gold, but they are nice.
Yes.
And then we've got the Astra GTE, which is one owner from you or one previous?
No,
one owner. Yeah. It's in very nice condition, very original condition.
Yeah. It's done some miles, hasn't it? It's done 180,000 miles, but it's had the guy drive.
Sort of way below average still, though, isn't it? Like 180,000 miles on the. You know what I mean? It's still way below. I would not put me off it.
Have you seen the seat on that for 180,000 miles?
80,000.
Well, I'll talk while you do the maths. So the guy who owned it drove from Glasgow to the Midlands and back twice a week, every week. So it's literally just sat on a motorway and gone down.
Done the maths. That's why he's done the miles.
That's exactly right. But red, Digi-Dash, it's a cool car. I mean, it's a cheap way into a GT compared to the £30,000 we got for one last year.
Bit more rust, isn't it? Bit more.
Like James, but leggy. Buzz.
So Astra GSI, Ardent Blue, best colour for me. We told engine's fully forged on this one. I did take it down the road the other day and was happy with the noises it made, that's for sure.
Came back with a big grin on you.
I did, yes. I'm into these because at some point we're going to be standing there and we're going to be comparing them to those. See, remember we used to sell GTEs and now it'll be like, oh, GSIs, clean or modified GSIs will be all the money. So that's a cool car, prime for some reverse to first in that one. 1965 Ford Thunderbird.
It's a Ford to Toby. I get to take over. So this is a very cool car. Air ride with a hellish management system and everything set up on it. It's got a fireball ignition system, EFI system, so injection and ignition. Makes it very usable. Means you can send it up, drive it perfect, get to a show, drop it down, and it's absolutely amazing. And fat lads like me and James can get in now because the steering wheel moves.
Yeah, you put it in park and
put it in park. It lets you get out. It's courtesy steering wheel. That's what I'm going to go with.
And comes with the 20s at the back there as well, but it's on proper air ride management. This one, isn't it? Like you say, so you can
management, full setup, couple of little switches. You've got the park ride, you've got the drive setting and the park setting. So it's literally press the button and away you go.
We can also do it individually as well, can't you? So it does come with those big 20s there. Interior's unbelievable. For a car this size, the paintwork is absolutely gorgeous. We've been round that, been talking about it today. To get a car that size so flat down the side without any ripples is imagine painting that and come to polish the bonnet. It would take you a week.
Well, that is the size of a Bond Mark J, isn't it?
The work on every part of it all matches. So like the bodywork's lovely, the interior's gorgeous, the engine's absolutely gorgeous.
They used the Jack Daniels bottle as a washer bottle, which normally you see them just sort of shove one in and it's a dirty bottle. That one, the bracket's like perfect on it.
Little things that they've done. The attention detail, the fact that the way they've got to fit everything into a car, it works really well.
Now, like it on those wheels, I would leave the 20s. I'd roll like that.
Standard thing when you lift it up, it looks like a normal car. So you'll run at the show and everyone go, "Oh, that's cool. I don't see many Thunderbirds," and then.
Well, you can do two shows, can't you? You can do modified and standard.
Actually, to be fair, no one's whinged about it. You'd think you'd have people going, "Oh, you've ruined it," but actually, it looks.
And there's all ages been looking at.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
So moving from from across the Atlantic, we've got these nice selection of British sports cars. We've got sort of 6 of them stashed here. We've got a couple of Stags in. We've got this one, which is actually, this is a particularly nice car. Manual, standard Triumph V8, really clean and tidy, white with the black. Really, really nice car. If that V8's not Larry enough for you.
Yeah, we've got the TVR 390 SE, so that's a 3.90 FI, same unit that you found in the Range Rovers. Yeah. Again, gorgeous colours, nice paintwork, love the wheels. Interior's nice and tidy on this one. Again, quite a rare car these days. Really, really like this. When it's outside, the colour, when the sun hits that deep purple, what a proper car. I love that one.
It's like the only British sports cars that can get away with daft colours, I think, because they pull it off, and actually for bodywork wise, for a TVR, that's very good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Really, really, I really like that car.
And the more conventional option,
4-cylinder.
it's the best sounding. That is the best sounding British 4-cylinder.
It's a B series, fantastic. 77, so it's a rubber bumper. I prefer the rubber over the chrome. Like, we have this conversation quite a lot.
They do tend to ride
better. But they are just a good entry level and above classic.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's still a lot of them around, because they're so easy. You work on those with blindfold on, easy peasy, and the parts are everywhere. You get parts of these like there's no tomorrow, and again, there's never two the same, so really easy for us to sell those sort of things.
This one, is fair to say, it's not perfect, but it's a very nice presentable car. Happy to use it.
Yeah.
If you want a good way into one,
you could use Charlie's favourite saying, shops or shows. Shops or shows.
All day long.
Same sort of story with this. I mean, I appreciate it's not a sports car, but it's a lovely little thing. You and I took it down the road when it came in, didn't we? We were giggling away because it drives lovely, gear change is nice, a little bit of patina here and there, but you don't see them. Everybody smiles when they see it. A really happy little car, and it's sort of, what have we got on this one? We've got £2,000 to £3,000 for a running, driving, presentable classic car. That's you're not going to get better than that. That I think is a fair bargain as well.
I like this one. It's a low mileage tin top. I know it's not the correct terminology, but hard top. TR7 fixed FHC. Again, the money we've got on this is not daft, especially when it's only showing 37,000 miles.
37,000 miles is not quite enough paperwork to prove it, but when you look around the car, it looks right. And it's easily believable. It's not like it was a car that would do 100,000 miles. They were sports cars back in the day.
Even comes with a slate 8 tracks.
That car as well. There's a few little bits around it, but very original. Keeping it British, we've got this lovely 2-litre Triumph for test. This is a 2-litre model. Again, a lovely car, nice gaps on it. Green with a red interior. Anything that comes in here that's green with red, we automatically tick it on the list because we love them, don't we? Anything that's green and red, away you go.
Actually, I think normally I prefer the Roadster version of anything, but the roofline on these with the glass house is so much nicer than the Herald.
It's this car itself physically presents itself so well. Yeah. It's the bodywork and the interior and the dash. Just everything just presents very well.
And normally the gaps are a little bit here and there, but like everything's just sort of not slamming anything just right.
Yep. And then if we want to spend a bit more money and then have a bit of work when you get it home, there is potentially a bargain in this Healey. You know a decent amount about it, Toby, right?
I think it needs a bit more than a bit polish. Well, yes, so I can't remember, it's the BN2 grey. Yeah, so it's a BN2 model, but the colour was, it's gone, come on.
It's a rare colour.
They only made this colour in 1 year.
Yeah.
It's not original to this car, but this car's the correct year for the colour.
Yeah.
There we are. No, this colour here.
But to be fair, it's an honest car, so you know what you're getting into. It's not hiding anything. We believe it's the 4-speed, which is the one to have.
Yeah.
That car finished is still £60,000 or £70,000. Oh, yeah. For the guide price we've got on it, which is around the 15 to 20, isn't it? You don't have to throw 20 grand at that car, do you?
No, but it's at that state where your average keen mechanic or keen person who knows cars can physically finish it themselves.
We've had them in here where they've been home restorations, and the attention to detail is always better. Yeah. When money's not involved, the home restorations always do really, really well, and this is prime for a home restoration.
Throw a bit of love and time in that, and it makes a hell of a car.
It takes it 2 years, and we're not going to crash in price in 2 years, are they? So again,
it seems to be complete. I mean, even just little bits like the hood frame is there. Getting the bit that goes on the top's actually really easy.
Yes.
This little bit really hard.
The stuff that's struggle to find is there.
It's a new shroud, is it?
Well, it's a new quarter shroud, yeah, because obviously it's built on wings, isn't it? We know how hard they are to try and get the fit, and that one does.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, definitely a bargain in that. So this one I think is a bit of a interesting car. With the first ever automatic MX5 we've ever had in. Was an import. The guy's owned it since it was 4 years old.
Since it came in 99, sorry, and I think he bought it in 2001.
Yeah. Factory white car, really clean and tidy. It hasn't suffered from the British MX5 faults of rust and stuff. Really fanatical owner. But being automatic, it's interesting.
Well, I've never got around. I said to Charlie I wanted to drive it because I had an MX5 when I was young. Well, I am still young, but you know what I mean? And I wanted to know what the automatic box was like. I never got around to driving it.
Well, we've had some weird cars in the automatic that help them because, you know, it's for a lot of people now, passing the tests will only do automatic tests. Yeah. And a lot of the older guys and people who are getting here want automatic. So I think it's catering for quite a few markets. And anything that the guy changed on, it's all in the boots, the airbox, everything that he's changed, apart from the wheels, is all with the car. It's been properly owned, that one.
Yeah, and the same as with what we were saying with the Vitesse, anything with a red hood, yeah, I'm on board with. Same colours make cars for me. I mean, I think this is a perfect example of it.
100%. Primrose yellow. It's a 69 car, so 2 chrome bumper cars here. This one has been used for some light rally use.
Yeah, so he's got a Cortina, a Lotus Cortina rally car, which he uses for the heavy stuff. He's used this for a few bits and bobs.
Engine's lovely on this. It fires straight into life, so that's ready for some. Well, you can daily that quite happily, but
it's got a set of buckets in it. But he's got the standard seats. The cage lifts back out if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd leave it like that. It's perfect for some road rallies, some light rallying, and some.
They suit that road.
Yeah, they do.
We liked it that much. It's got a sticker on the side.
It certainly has. I've got a nice standard one here. Again, white on blue. Again, colours make cars. We say this all the time. The carpet set and interior in that is really nice. Navy blue carpets, navy blue seats. Lovely carpet set. Paintwork's okay. It's not show winning. There's a few bits on it, but again, sensibly priced. And like we've already mentioned, MGB sell themselves. They're just really good.
And then I like this. The RX-7 we've got here. It's got quite a cool story. So it's an 81 car. The current owner has had it since 86. He did the miles up until I think it was 90, so he was on the road for a few years. Where he left the company and off he went to do work, and he only come back to the company earlier this year or late last year.
6 weeks ago. Something.
So that's where it's been sat in his garage ever since. Been pulled out of the garage.
It's a worthwhile project, though, isn't it?
We haven't had it running, but the vendor has. Yeah. The starter motor's in the boot because the link wire's fused out. Once you rebuild on the starter motor, apparently it runs away. But everything's there. Everything's still complete. It's still a whole car to make back to its former glory.
It's still too good to be pulled apart. Because the problem is that everything's on it. That rear windscreen's £1,800. So if you're restoring one, you need it.
The interior's nice.
Exactly, it's too nice to pull it apart.
Interior, and it wants the justification of putting it back down.
Well, the thing is that these surface bits here aren't bad at all. Yeah, it's going to want some fabrication, but that surface, it's not you're completely right. It wants saving.
It's not beyond saving either.
No, definitely not.
Structural bits, it's good, and and you get to say Wankel engine.
Pardon?
It's worth Wankel. You can. It's fine. Rotary engine. Big contrast. We've got a huge selection of Land Rovers.
Land Rovers with Charlie.
So we've got quite a good selection of Land Rovers in. I've got this lovely Series 3 2.25 petrol galvanised chassis on it. It's been restored really, really well. Attention to details bang on. It's got carpet sets, it's got headlining. So usable, that one. Lovely thing.
A heater that works.
And a heater that works. James will show you that. I've got a 200 TDI here. 300 TDI, sorry, on that one. Again, cool thing. Station with the seats in the back. Sort of a Lara Croft Tomb Raider edition going on there. We've got a gorgeous S-Reg 200 TDI. The engine is lovely on that. It fires straight into life, and again, all sensibly priced, these Land Rovers at the minute. That's a proper farm fresh, ready to go to work one. And then on the other side of things, we've got a heavily modified galvanised chassis TD5, that one, with all the toys on it, TDCI bonnet and bits and pieces. That's a proper bit of kit. And I've also got a lovely pre-Defender 90. So after the series and before the Defender, they were done on the wheelbases. There's a lovely 90 down there with a good story as well on that.
So we've got a Ford Zodiac. It is the sister car to the console that we sold yonder, a few sales ago. It's Kenilworth Grey. Hang on. I can't say Kenilworth Grey.
Sorry, Kenilworth Blue over Newark Grey.
Kenilworth Blue over Newark Grey. James remembers the nerdy stuff. And it's been restored as good, if not better, than that console.
It is exceptional.
It's gorgeous. It's automatic, which makes it a bit different. but absolutely superb. Yeah, it's the whole colours. Underneath is as good as on top. It had a full rotisserie restoration. Easy for me to say.
What kind of restoration now?
Rotisserie restoration. Like it? I like chicken. So it got done all over.
It's a proper thing. If you look at the walk around video, we found 2 marks on it and that was it. Underside, again, you could eat a rotisserie chicken off the underside of this one. You could. Engine bay is spectacular. One of the better ways.
You could argue that engine base had more hours spent on it than a normal restoration on a car, because the guy is obsessive. Yeah. But it's beautiful, and someone's going to get a phenomenal car.
That is a car that
well, it needs absolutely nothing. It is ready to win shows. I said this in the video, that is a show winning car. There's no way around it. It is show winning.
The chains are cut down, but like it says about the engine bay, the attention to detail throughout the vehicle is faultless.
Yeah. But you can get away with driving it. Yeah. Keep it in the dry. Yeah. That car, it's been done well, so you can clean it properly. There's a proper paint job on there. You can polish it. You'll be fine. But then for the same price point, the dilemma is: do you go for a Ford Zodiac or do you go into
2 completely different?
Well, that's the point, right? So you've got to look at it as a comparison. It's a good.
We would sit here and argue because we can appreciate both cars. Original factory, complete out the box resto mod 964 that doesn't look like a 964.
No. So it's a 1990 manual Carrera 4S.
So 4-wheel drive.
So 4-wheel drive, but then they've spent a lot of money putting a front end on, so like a 1972 classic, headlights, grille, bumper, bonnet, wings.
Fiberglass, aren't they? Is that
fiberglass, composite on the back, on the rear arches and the bumper. They've had
wheels.
Like a staggered Fuke wheel. Really the biggest giveaway is they didn't do a classic convertible, but again, the stupid thing is, if it was a standard white Carrera 4 manual 964, what's that, 45, 50 in that condition? Really good history. Current owner's got a couple of race cars and stuff. He knows how to look after a car. Mid-20s to like nearly 30 grand for that. What's a Singer? 800 grand?
See, to me, they've made a 964 look cool.
It looks really cool. It's the reliabilities of a 964. They're comfortable. A 964, they drive lovely. You're reliable. You've got 4-wheel drive, so it's an all year round on this one. Yep. Get this out in the winter, no bother. Roof down, bit of snow.
And you do get to annoy Porsche fans. Because if you're a real fanatic, you're not going to like it.
Anything annoys Porsche fans.
Keyboard warriors are out.
But it's your car. You do what you want with it. Either you like it or you don't. Move on. Speaking of moving on, pair of hot hatches. I think we're probably going to all agree on what we'll prefer. I don't know.
The Renault.
Because it got a turbo. I love 205 GTIs.
Turbo, but Renault 5 Raider, man.
Yeah, body coloured wheels, it wins, doesn't it?
Both the best examples of the model of car. So that's the Raider GT Turbo and that's the 1.9 205. So they're both sort of at the top spectrum of what we would want them to be. Yeah. Both properly cool cars. Yeah. Both very usable.
Both slow, but they handle hilarious. They are just they're prime.
B-road bashers.
B-road bashers, that's exactly what.
B-road bashers. Nice, I like that.
Flat out, away again.
Yeah. And realistically, actually, they're relatively sensible in price. These were 2 years ago dangerous money.
Yeah.
They never actually went stupid, which is nice, and it's sort of 10 to 12 where they want to be.
They're all hovering, they're levelling out nicely. We've found the prices are levelling out nicely on this sort of stuff.
I think we got 16 grand for a 106 GTI last year.
Yeah.
That at the same sort of money I think is sensible. We've got like 12-ish on that.
Yeah, usable money again though, isn't it?
Yeah. And the grey's nice, it flies under the radar. The red interior looks better with the grey, I think.
Carpet set's lovely on that one as well.
But that's got body coloured wheels, so winner.
Yeah.
What colours are the wheels seems?
Body coloured, they're blue. It's quite an interesting pair of makes. 500 SEC, which we love, both you and I really like these. Toby, you're not that tickled about makes, eh?
I don't know, because I went and picked this up and I sat in it and I just thought, hey, you know what I mean?
So the way I describe
what do you do? I couldn't do it again. Hey, it's just comfy.
Sorry, if you are interested in this car, don't worry, we have cleaned it.
Yeah, he's cleaned it and sat in it. I was cleaning at the time and everything, but I went and picked it up, and I think it's a cool car because it's got the MG wheels, the MG kit, and it makes the SEC, to me, it makes the SEC, which I don't hate on, but I don't think attractive. But I think that's an attractive little car, like.
Makes it less grandad spec, because that's what we're beating around the bush here.
Yeah.
So this is pre AMG, wasn't it? So it left the factory, then went to AMG after. They put the bits on it, and I know exactly what you're saying. It's sort of modernised the car a little bit. They've aged so well, so well.
You come back around, haven't it?
Yeah, well, you either want grandad specs, so like a light green or a gold, clear glass, tan interior, small wheels, or you want bad boy specs. So
again, it's factory, so it's not like it's aftermarket. It's factory. It's all done right. It's a proper car. Sub 100,000.
not rotten. That shelf under the boot, which always goes, is good. It's had a paint, but it's been a good paint. If you're going to be picky, there's a couple of little bits that want polished out, but that's not the end of the world.
Again, it's not, you know, if you want concourse, you go spend 20 grand. If you want an unbelievably usable car that's not going to go rusty, you know, you're paying sub 10 grand. Unbelievable.
The cruel thing on this car,
very cruel.
lovely lady that owns it, sadly from a deceased estate, she took, you know, said, will it be better with an MOT? Yeah, of course it will be better with an MOT. Took the car for an MOT, they've rang and said, look, it wants a set of tyres on it. Do you have a lock and wheel nut? No, I don't. Don't worry, I'll get it off for you. Cut the lock and wheel nut off, put the tyres on it, and then failed the car for
It's failed for, because I have when I picked up 2 front ball joint dust covers, tiny little split. Yeah, exactly, if that. A set of wheel nuts, put some lockers back on.
yeah, with the ones they cut off.
They could have fixed it for her, they could have sorted it out for her.
The emissions as well.
And the emissions, it wants to service in the run, it's been sat. It started straight, but it had been sat, like prior to the MOT, it had been sat for a year.
Yeah.
So, good service in the run.
45 minutes and it's clean as a whistle coming out the back now. But for I mean, that as a minted car is 20 plus now.
Yeah. And it's a hell of a car.
Yeah. Glad you're finally coming around to MX.
Yeah. Well, I do like Mercs, but I cannot pronounce that. And I'm not even going to attempt to.
Go on, Charlie.
Emilia Maglia.
Sorry?
Milia Maglia. That one.
It's an SL.
It's an SL.
SL 320 Millimiglia. Special edition. That's correct.
Millimiglia.
So it was one of 40 ever made. So that came with the, you'll see the bits on the sides here, the wheels, the red interior, the carbon red dash trim around it, which is lovely. So one of 40 made.
Do you know why it was one of 40? I do.
It's the 40th anniversary for Sir Sterling Moss's championship wins or something. Oh, well, there you go.
But that's a really cool car, and these are starting to come around now. People are realising, because for years you couldn't give them away, and people are realising what a good, genuine all-round tourer that is. You can daily drive them, they make a huge difference. Take them off, you've got the world's first one-touch convertible top. The engines are all lovely, even the 320, like people whinge about, oh, I want a 500.
One hold.
You touch the button, you don't have to undo anything, it's the first car.
320s, and Dad will argue the same, that we've had most model variants of Merc with the 320. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need a 5 litre. The 5 litres are great, I understand that, but perfect. You don't need it. That's bang on.
As James would say, if there wasn't the 5 litres available,
It's a Merc 6-cylinder, you can't not be happy with it.
40 ever made. I highly doubt you're going to turn up your local car show and there's going to be another one of those sat on the green,
If you do, at least you've got someone to talk to.
That's true. So it was quite a cool car. A 1996 Subaru Impreza UK 2000 2-litre turbo. So when it was in at Subaru, you could get the Pro Drive package, which you've seen on the Hawkeyes, the Bug-Eyes, all this. Basically, someone said to them, do you want the Pro Drive package, Sport package, and what do you want? And they said, I want everything. So the wheels...
The options list, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they've just gone tick, tick, tick.
well, the seats are meant to be an absolute arm and a leg back in there, weren't they? I was speaking to someone.
So the whole kit, so the wheels, the Recaros with those cool headrests, the carbon effect around the gear stick and around all the vents, that was all factory.
Gear knob.
The gear knob.
Wheels.
Yeah.
And a couple other bits.
So that was the full sport package. So in 1996, that was £3,995, £4 grand for that. What was that car in 1996? I don't know how much it was.
Substantial amount of
Do you
money.
want me to do my maths again?
No.
But they've ticked every option. So it is the full Pro Drive sport package on that one. It is factory. It's not been.
The word 1996 on Dave Baldwin.
What were they?
£23,000.
Was that?
So it was 15% more for the part.
So they've just gone, throw caution to the wind, we'll have the whole lot. So that the in seats on that are unbelievable. It's a proper thing that and again, unmodified, all factory Pro Drive, no messed around with.
Well, we like a Subaru, but we like a Subaru with a big wing, coilovers, wheels, dump valves. But actually, this is...
Well, I got excited that the blanket, the air-cooled feed blanket for the turbo is still on.
Never seen one.
It's cool.
Know what it was? Normally, we like them with the turbo, the whirly bird, big whirly bird on there, so that's cool.
I will say those seats, I think, are the coolest seats fitted to a Subaru.
And in all fairness to Subarus, their bucket seats are normally comfy. They are next level. Next level.
Keeping on the same sort of theme of a car that, you know, talk about Sierra Sapphires, we think Cosworths, turbos, everything you want, right?
Yeah.
We sold one last year, which was one of 4 GLDs. This is the only LD left on the road. Nice low mileage.
So you're saying when we sell this, we've sold half of them?
Well, theory,
50% of these 2.2.
But these they were worked to death. There was nothing left of them. They just killed them, didn't they? And then the rest of them went in the scrappage scheme. The fact that it still exists is crazy. The mileage is sensible on it. Is it 2 or 3 owners from new, something like that? Nice big history on it. It's just nice to see. You don't see.
Don't say 2 owners. There's 1 owner from new. It says on there.
You're right, and I wrote that ticket.
You did that, James. 1 of 4 left in the UK. 1 owner from new.
When I started the other day to move it, like I said to Dad, this is just, you know, this will outlive us. This thing. You let the glow plug warning light go out. It fires into life, you know, and it will just run all day long. It's nice to see them like this. And again, like I say with that Merc, you turn up on the Village Green. No one else has got one. We sold the other one. Yep. There's 2 somewhere else. So it's a
similar story from that to an earlier version of the same thing. It's a gear 1.3 4, so on paper you shouldn't be interested. 4-door Mark II Escort, but actually it's immaculate.
Low mileage, which we haven't got the stuff, the paperwork to back it up, but if you look at it, things like the roof, the Everflex roof is unbelievable. They're normally lifting. The bodywork is absolutely gorgeous on this. If you want a usable, it's more than usable, it's not even the right expression for it. If you want a enjoyable, ready to go for the family job, all of you's in, you cannot go wrong with this car. It is the best one we've seen.
Yeah. But no, everyone saves the RS 2000s and the Mexicos and stuff, but this is probably rarer.
But it's a unicorn.
Yeah, 100%. It is.
These will be worth more because there'll be people are still restoring these left, right, and centre. These were always forgotten about.
Yeah.
Proper thing.
Well, the ones that these have been, the 2-door ones have been turned into something else. A rally car, fast hot. Yeah, hot hatch. You know what I mean?
We do have the polar opposite Escort. If you want to tell the ladies and gentlemen about that.
Coolest Cosworth we've had. Coolest Cosworth. So it started life as a 909 shell, which was a motorsport non-sunroof shell. James will step in if I say anything wrong, but that's correct at the moment. The general public could buy, wasn't it? Was it general public?
Anyone could buy them.
Anyone could buy it.
Pull your Sierra race car to bits and build an Escort.
So this one was bought, then built by, the engine was built by, and was the whole thing on the engine, by Harvey Gibbs, who's legendary.
Owner said, I want the best Escort built for me. This is year 2000, they've been gone for 4 years. Everyone he looked at he wasn't happy with, so he ended up buying that shell. Now the reason it's on a proper plate and not a Q plate is that he had it SVA tested. Now to do that you need every part to be brand new.
Tell me that it failed the first one for not having a brand new steering rack in, so I had to get new.
So they'll pull out and buy another one from Ford.
It was over £50,000 worth of brand new parts, wasn't it?
Yeah, Harvey Gibbs 450 brake engine. The car was white originally, which all the motorsport shells were.
Yeah.
The second owner bought the car in 2011, pulled it all the way back to bits again, repainted it in, I forget, Oralis, isn't it? Yeah. Which I love.
Yeah.
Because actually the lighter colours on these look better with the arches. The engine went back to Harvey Gibbs. They were happy with what it was. I mean, quick refresh, but it was fine. It's got uprated clutch. I mean, that's the quickest Escort I've ever driven.
From the day it came onto the road, it was probably built to a higher standard than the factory anyway. Yeah. And it's just.
So it is. If you take that plate off, it is an X-Reg.
So it's one of the latest X-Reg, where it is probably the only 2000, or how many found?
A couple of 2000s.
And there's one knocking around on a V, a Mallard green one, but that was an old car that wasn't registered, whereas this was built then.
Right.
So you can argue that it didn't come off the line, it didn't get built by Ford. One man built it for himself. No, not at all.
Well, but it's price to it as well. If that was as you would call it, off the line one, it would be 20 grand more, would it not?
If that was a big turbo or Alice Blue with 19,000 miles on, we'd be putting 80 to 90 on it, and we've got 40 to 45 on it.
But I think the history of this makes it, for me, it makes it more better than an end of the line one, this, that, and t'other, because it's a hellish usable car.
Stack of history like that. most of the parts came from Paul Linfoot, which if you know your Fords, that's the one. That is the engine to put in. It's got magazine articles. It's documented all the way through. No one's saying it's anything it isn't.
I'd happily sell you to buy that, like.
What are you going to get the other 20 grand short for?
And that's not worth that, is he?
It's a really cool car.
Nice factory Series 1 RS turbo. Again.
Only one thing not factory in it, which Toby, when I told him on the phone, hated, but actually I think you're coming round.
Well, on the phone I was like, oh, it's going to look like a Capri. Quite like it. They've changed the outer of the seats from cloth because it was the biggest downfall in these, wasn't it? Getting in and out. They'd always failed.
The edges have all been done in a nice leather.
It was done by the original owners.
Yeah, 300 car. I like the fact because they wear so bad. The concave on the bolts on the Recaro always wear, and we've seen them repaired before, and they're never right. So you can ignore that all day long. It's a Series 1 RS turbo in white. To me, ticks all the boxes. Again, absolutely bang on. Cannot fault it at all.
Look at the seams on the bonnet, they're never that good. Round the sunroof is excellent, the dash is perfect. It's
looking for a white Series 1, stop looking, come here on Saturday and get it bought.
Put a stupid boost case in.
No, it's got a mobiliser fitted, which is a little bit of a knack to get that going. Dashboard's good again, but like I say, if you're looking for one, this is the one.
Yeah.
And becoming more and more usable. I think we've had one in every sale this year. Got the MG TD. Dad picked this up, lovely looking car this one. I've had it down the road just to clean the tyres off, and I was really happy. It was a nice sunny day, I was putting it along, really happy with that one. Again, more and more usable with the younger generation coming into these. Ready to go, that one, no complaints. We're going to flick out the minis here with James. Me and Toby might as well just
joined in. I just want to
he appreciates a mini. I mean, this is not a mini, but it kind of is, really, isn't it? Really lovely little Woolsey Hornet. Little 998 TCA series engine. It has all the same characteristics, but it's got that lovely little boot. It's a little bit more of a different car. You don't see them very often. Colour combo is lovely on it.
The colours on it with the red interior as well. That's what I'm all over. As a mini, as far as a non-mini fan goes, this is my sort of thing. Because it's not a mini.
Because it's not a mini, but it's got all the. So you can admit to liking this because you don't have to admit to liking a mini, but it's got all the bits that make a mini good. Just admit it. Example, guy rings up, says I've got a 1965 Cooper S to sell, which for me is like top of the list.
James is off this week, I don't know what that means.
I'm flying home.
Oh, it's a mini.
So obviously 65 is a Mark 1. This one he bought having, what about 985, it had just been reshelled.
Reshelled into a Mark 3 shell with the engine.
Yeah. So it's a 1275 twin carb engine. It's got some corbos in it. I mean, ultimately the way to look at it is it's a Mark 3 with some really cool bits on it. It sounds awesome. The engine's lovely on it. It's not on wets anymore.
It still wears its ID from the Mark 1, which is fairly common in this day and age.
If you look at what it carries across, even like if you're sad enough to know that there's a date stamp on the lock, that is a 65 date stamp. There's a 65 wiper in there.
I told you, James was going to get free.
But it's clocks and all that sort of stuff. So it's got a lot of the original car.
The Mark 1's car.
Find me a minute it hasn't been reshelled, to be fair.
It's definitely not Cooper S money at all.
No. I mean, if it was a 60, well, even if it was a Mark 3 Cooper S, touching 30, if it's a Mark 1, beyond that. Realistically, what you lose is the hinges and the windows, which are the cool bits, but if you look at it as a very cool Mark III, it's good. It's a sensible money.
Especially at 10 to 15 grand. It's a sensible car. The engine sounds lovely on it. It sounds so cool. Actually, as a mini goes, I'm really into this one. I don't normally admit that. I know that, but it makes the right noises. It's got two carbs on it, so I can deal with that.
The right noises, the right colour.
Yeah, I love the colours.
I think.
And actually, to be fair, that one is a bargain as well. I think.
Original little mini Mayfair here. A nice little car. This one again, sensibly priced. Doesn't want anything, does it really?
No, one family owner, low mileage, 40,000 miles.
Mother had it brand new in Jersey. She left it to the daughter, who brought it back in 2019. So it's been away from the salt. It's been in the nice weather.
Which shows.
Yeah, it's just a happy. I mean, it wants a polish and stuff. I'd like to see it polished because it'll polish right.
It's one of them cars you could take to a show and everyone will come talk to you, isn't it?
Exactly. And what we've got at 3 to 4 grand. You can't buy a non-rusty mini for that, so come and get your hand up, definitely. So really, that's a good snapshot of what we've got for our June sale. We've got 151 lots. We've got some really nice stuff. We've got 3 really interesting boxes, which is a good range of stuff.
Boxsters, limos, forward control.
Ice cream van.
Site, there's so much stuff in there.
We've got some good bikes.
Cool bikes.
It's a nice mix of stuff for sale. As always, you can bid online, you can bid in person yourself, which is always the best way to do it, or you can bid by telephone or leaving us a bid. Every car in the sale has a good description, loads of photos and a proper walk around video, so there's loads of information there for you. If you can't get to see the cars, let us know, we can send you whatever you need. But thank you very much for watching.